ආයුබෝවන් grade 6 boys and girls self-learning tool educational channel is open today to discuss geography grade 6. Today we have selected to discuss unit 2. Under that, human activities in the immediate surrounding of the school is discussed. You know that self-learning tool is very famous educational channel in YouTube. Therefore, we, on behalf of self-learning tool, welcome all the bilingual students, those who follow our self-learning tool channel. Today we are going to discuss especially human activities in the immediate surrounding of the school. Human activities can be found everywhere, but today we focus our attention to the human activities that can be found in our immediate surrounding. The meaning of the immediate surrounding is with you because we have discussed it from the beginning of the lessons relevant to the grade 6. Then we will have to understand what are the human activities and what kind of human activities can be found in our immediate surrounding. When we focus our attention to the human activities, they can be divided into different categories. Among them, here in our lesson, we try to discuss the economic activities of the people. Then when you focus your attention to this slide, you find that what people do to live are called economic activities. That is very important idea. You know that people engage in different types of activities, especially to earn money. Do you know, boys and girls, we need money to live at present, because without money, nobody can live in this society. Therefore, people engage in different activities to earn money. That money is used for their living. That means to buy what they want to live or to make their life comfortable and to buy other things they need. Therefore, the activities people use to earn money can be introduced as economic activities people engage. Then economic activities are different area to area, because if we focus our attention to the island, you find that if you go to different parts of the island, people engage in different types of economic activities. When you go to Colombo area, you find that if you are living in Colombo area, a lot of people engage in business activities. Then other services like nursing, teaching, in jobs in transportation service, then security services like that. So when we go to Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa area, you find that a lot of people are farmers. Mainly they engage in agricultural activities, because in Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa area, the necessary facilities or resources necessary for the agricultural activities can be found easily. What are they? Can you imagine? The rich soil on which agriculture can be conducted, water facility, then climate. As all of them are present in better condition, people engage in agricultural activities. So when you go to some other places, like if you are living in Dankotu area, can you tell me what are the natural resources available there? Those who live in that area, they know that the clay that can be used for the production of manufacturing of clay, tile, then flower pots, like that some pottery items is available there. Therefore, a lot of people engage in that industries. Therefore, Dankotu area is famous for the tile factories, bricks, and other pottery items. So when you go to some other places also, that differences can be identified easily. I will tell another example. When you go to coastal area, a lot of people engage in fishing industry because the facilities to engage in fishing industry can be found there. Availability of sea, then coast, then bays and lagoons that can be used to build fishing harbors are available in that area. Therefore, people engage in fishing industry. Therefore, now first idea is very clear to you. The economic activities of the area depend on resources found in that area or in that particular area. Therefore, you will focus your attention to this idea again and again, and you think about your area. Then you write what are the resources available in your area. It may be rich soil, it may be clay, it may be gem like in Ratnapura, it may be some other natural resources or minerals. You write, you find it, and you write what are the human activities conducted on it or on them. Therefore, it is up to you. Study your surrounding, collect information, and create a list and present it to the teacher or to your friends. Then we will have to focus our attention to classify these human activities or these economic activities into different types. Now, next point says these economic activities of the people can be divided into several sectors. Mainly, three sectors are given: agriculture, industry, service. They are the three sectors mentioned in this lesson, and you will have to follow. What are the economic activities connected to the agricultural sector? What are the economic activities connected to the industrial sector? And what are the economic activities in the service sector? Therefore, collecting them is also very important one. Then, while we are discussing that one, another thing is necessary to identify in our society, especially when we talk about Sri Lankan society. Why? We focus our attention to our immediate surrounding. When we focus our attention to our immediate surrounding, you find that people belong to the different ethnic groups can be seen living there. Sometimes they may be your neighbors, sometimes even in your class. The children belong to the Sinhalese, Tamils, Muslims, Malay, Burghers, maybe studying with you. They represent the different ethnic groups in our surrounding. While you talk about the economic activities, that idea is also necessary to keep in mind. Therefore, our society or our immediate surrounding consists of different types of people belonging to different ethnic groups. These different ethnic groups can be found in Sri Lankan society or our immediate surrounding. Sometimes in some immediate surroundings, all of them may be not found, but you will have to keep in mind, these ethnic groups can be found in Sri Lankan society. They are Sinhalese, the majority, then Tamils, Muslims, Malays, Burghers are them. You keep in mind. This picture shows the different ethnic groups, especially their attire or dress. And looking at them, we can identify them. This is a Muslim couple, you know, a boy and girl, their dress, then how they wear it, their hat, and all of them represent their identity. Therefore, looking at them, we can identify their Muslim community. Without any doubt, you can identify these girls. They represent Sinhalese. You know, they engage in folk game, panch. Then how they dress, and even with the picture appearance, you can identify them. Then this one very familiar one, especially in city areas, Burgher, Malay people, how they dress, how they keep their haircut, and all of them are some features to identify them. Therefore, looking at them, their nationality or ethnicity can be found or identified. This couple belongs to the Tamil or Hindus. See the difference of them. On the forehead, you find that some marks are there. The girls also same. They are dressed sari. Here over the boys or man's shoulder, a shawl. They are their national dress. Therefore, these differences also can be found, as well as though they are different to each other in Sri Lankan society. You will have to keep in mind they live together in cooperation. They are quite present actually, though they are called like Muslims, Sinhalese, Burgher, Tamil. All together we say they are Sri Lankans. At present, you know that idea is well developed. Under the Sri Lankan, we can introduce them as Tamils, Muslims, Sinhalese, Burgher, like that. Therefore, the cooperation among them, then harmony among them are very important for the development of the country, as well as for the well-established, peaceful society in our country. Next, we focus our attention to the different religions they practice. I think this is very clear or very common, familiar idea to you. So different religions can be found in Sri Lanka: Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, or Roman Catholicism. Islam are the major religions practiced in Sri Lanka. Most Sinhalese practice Buddhism. Most Tamils, they practice Hinduism. It is represented by the Nallur Kovil there. Their symbol is Om symbol is there. It is connected here. Then this church is a religious place of the Christian or Roman Catholic people. This is the mosque. It's a religious place of the Muslim community. It is symbolizes with this crescent and star. I think this is a very familiar picture, as well as familiar idea to you, because you learn about them from your grade 6, 7 classes also you will learn, and you have learned from grade 4, 5 classes also. Then the same thing is given. Therefore, just looking at the slide and reading the slide, you can understand the things we discussed so far. The religions they follow are Buddhism is followed by Sinhalese. Christianity is also mainly followed by Sinhalese and Tamils also there. Then some Burgher and Malay communities are there following Christianity. Then Islam is mainly followed by Muslims. Hinduism mainly followed by Tamils. And Roman Catholicism is also followed by Sinhalese, Tamils also. Though they are different in ethnicity and religion, they work together. I mentioned it earlier. In various social, economic, and religious activities in cooperation. That's the most important thing I mentioned. For the development of the country, for the development of society, working in cooperation is needed. Therefore, if you have the friends representing these ethnic groups, you'll have to develop cooperation among them. You'll have to work them with together in cooperation. In national festivals, like especially our National Day, and most probably Sinhalese and Tamil New Year festival, they get together and work together, celebrate together as members of one family. Therefore, when you read this slide, you can understand it. Leisurely, you read it again and again. You follow these lessons several times, then you will be familiar with these lessons. Then this picture is very important, showing the celebration of different religions. Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam religion. Therefore, you collect more pictures showing these celebrations and have a picture book. Then, when you learn about them, it will be useful to understand the nature of and how they celebrate these festivals. The small table is given, then religions are given, then other side, the festivals connected to these religions are given. You can help this one. A guideline is given: Vesak, Poson, Hajj, Ramadan, Deepavali, Christmas, Easter, Thai Pongal, Miladun Nabi. Then you can put them here. What are the festivals connected to the Buddhism? What are the festivals connected to the Islam? What are the festivals connected to the Christianity and Hinduism, like that? Then you can complete it at leisure. And you share it with your friends and ask elders to mark it, or unless you send to our WhatsApp group self-learning tool. If you register there, we can mark them and we can send them back. Then we focus our attention to another pictures. You know that during these festivals, people greet each other, invoking blessings, Asirwad Karano. For the children, you know that you also might have exchange with Vesak cards and other Christmas cards and other greeting cards over these festivals to greet each other. Therefore, it is also very familiar as well as very famous methods of greeting your friends, relatives, and others over these holy festivals. Actually, they are holy festivals or sacred festivals as they are connected to the religions. Therefore, you also create Pesach card, Christmas card by yourself and send to your friends, your father, your mother, and they will be very happy when they receive such a Pesach card or Christmas card prepared by yourself. Then again we come to our earlier link, human activities. Then you know that you can remember. That is why I gave a small period to discuss the religion and other things. Again, we come back to the human activities. We classified or we divided human activities or economic activities. Economic activities means the activities people engage in to earn money or wealth. They are called economic activities. These economic activities can be divided into three parts. You know that one is agricultural activities, second one is industrial activities, third one is service sector or services. Now we are going to discuss about from this point agricultural activities can be found in our immediate surrounding. Then you can read on your screen cultivation of crops, Boga Wagawa in Sinhala, fishing industry, Divar Karmante, and livestock farming, Satun Nathikiriya. Another term is used for the livestock farming, animal husbandry. Both terms keep in mind what is it? Animal husbandry are the main areas in agriculture. Then you find that agriculture can be divided into three parts. What are they? You read with me. Cultivation of crops, Bogavagam, fishing industry, Divar Karamante, Natam Masun Nalim, and livestock farming, Satun Nathikiriya. You know that people keep animals and birds for various uses, for various benefits. All these three areas coming under agriculture. Then you know that these agricultural activities are conducted throughout the island in different ways. You know that when you go to Putlam, Kottukachi area, you find that people keep goats. So when you go to lower area or hill country, especially areas where cattle or dairy farm is kept, highland farms, in that area you find that cattle is kept or cows and bulls are kept. So when you go to Chilau, Bingiria, Hettipola area, poultry farm, what is it? There's an area called poultry belt also. Poultry means keeping hens for egg mainly and chicken. In Sinhala we say kukul palane, keeping that birds. They are coming under the livestock farming. Therefore, people engage in these kinds of agricultural activities to earn money or to earn their life. Therefore, it can be introduced as a agricultural activity or other way, economic activity. Then examples are given. You read them. Vegetable cultivation in the dry zone, fishing industry in the coastal area, livestock farming in different parts of the island, Koratu cultivation in Kalani River Valley. That is also very important because if you are living in Kalani Valley area or close to Kalani River, you know that what is Koratu cultivation means. Koratu cultivation means small farms. Mainly in these farms, vegetables are grown. They are called Koratu cultivation. The Kalani River Valley or the flatlands located close to Kalani River is very famous for that kind of agricultural activity. Then small table is given again for your benefits. Areas are given, dry zone, wet zone, you know dry zone Veli Kalape, wet zone Tet Kalape, northern area Uttar Pradesh, hilly area Kandukara Pradesh, or another term, hill country, Kurunagal area. Like that, several areas are given. Then different crops are given. Now you know what to do. Then you will have to read and you will have to understand the type of crops. Then you will have to write the type of crops grown there. What are the crops grown in the dry zone? What are the crops grown or cultivated in the wet zone? What are the crops grown in northern region in Jaffna area? What are the crops grown in hill country or hilly area? What are the crops grown in Kurunagal area? Like that, you can complete this table and you check your knowledge about our human activities in Sri Lanka. Then we focus our attention to the other agricultural activities more than the crop farming or cultivation of crops. Then second one is fishing industry. Fishing industry also can be divided into mainly two. One is a seawater fishing. That means fishing in the sea. Second one is freshwater fishing. That means fishing in the rivers, reservoirs, tanks, etc. Then new word is coming, reservoir. Reservoirs. Reservoirs means large water bodies. Then you know that several reservoirs can be found in Sri Lanka, especially under Mahaveli project. You find them when you take a map. Victoria, Randenigala, Krantabe, Murugahakand, some of them. Then tanks. Tanks are also different sizes can be found. Kala, Parakram Samudre, Minnevi, Giritale, Rajangani are larger tanks. Then Daduroi Jalase is a newly built one coming under the tanks. Then rivers, you know, Mahaveli, Kalani, Kalu, Valavi, Mahaveli are the main rivers in Sri Lanka. Then fishing or catching fish is conducted in these rivers, reservoirs and tanks. It is called freshwater fishing. Now you know that now there are two types. Seawater fishing, that means fishermen go to the sea and they engage in fishing industry. Other one, freshwater fishing, means fishermen go to rivers, reservoirs, tanks and they engage in fishing there. Then other one is coming livestock farming or keeping animals or rearing animals. I introduce another term also to refer it, that is a animal husbandry. Can you remember what is it? Animal husbandry. Therefore, it is a similar term to the livestock farming. That is also keep in mind. We keep animals for various benefits. Then a small description is given about them. You read it. I think no difficult words. One somewhat difficult word is coming. People living on coastal area mainly engage in seawater fishing and brackish water fishing in lagoons. Then seawater, brackish water, two types of water. Brackish water we call Kyul Jalaya. It's a mixture of fresh water and salt water. In the sea, you know that salt water can be found. Different types of fish live there. It is a main human activity can be found in the coastal region. Fishing industry and some other activities, economic activities connected to it. That means selling fish, making dry fish, making jardi, transportation of fish, making ice, are some economic activities connected to the fishing industry. Therefore, that is very important one. Then you focus attention to the next point. People keep different animals and birds for different uses. Now you know the term used to introduce it. It is called live livestock farming or animal husbandry. Then we find that different types of animals and birds we keep. Actually, birds term is not needed, but for your easy understanding, I here used animals and birds. But if you write different animals people keep, that is also okay. Cattle, gawain, pigs, urang, sheep, bataluan, poultry, kukulu, goat, eluan, buffalo. Then what are the uses people collect from them given here? You can write them in front of them. For example, I will tell something. Cattle, when you take the cattle, you find that from the cattle we people take meat, mass. Then can you take egg? No. Egg is not connected. Wool? Wool is also not connected. Skin? Okay, skin is taken. Milk is taken. Dairy means taking milk. Mano, cow dung. Then meat, skin, milk, manure are collected from cattle. Like that, you go to these animals and birds and you find what are the uses people collect from them and write in front of them. Take your book, copy it, write, or you take the screenshot and you can write them. Then you find, next we come to the other economic activity, industrial activities. The industrial means karmanta. Now you know that apart from agriculture, people engage in industry. That means people produce different items, different goods they need in their day-to-day life. So how they produce them? Because people use simple technology. People need raw materials. People need labor. And all of them mixing together, they produce the item. And when they produce these items, they sell them in the market. Now we go and we see how they are present here. Apart from the agriculture, some people engage in industries using raw materials. In Sinhala we call amudravya, found in the region. Therefore, usually industries are based on the resources available in that particular or that area. Therefore, these resources are referred here raw materials, amudravya. Then we go, you keep in mind, industries are mainly conducted on raw materials. For example, when you come to the pottery industry, the raw material is clay. When you come to the tiles, brick making industry, we find that clay is the raw material. So when you go to some other industries, there also you find the raw materials. Therefore, raw materials means the resources we use to produce that particular item. Then we focus your attention to our next point coming into the screen. In industries, people produce various goods. The word must be goods, not good. They need in their day-to-day activities. We discuss it. People use raw materials available in their surrounding to not in to engage in these industries. Example given here. Then you focus your attention to the example. Manufacturing of furniture using timber. You know that Moratu area is very famous for that one in Sri Lanka. Timber means wood, davar. Using timber or davar or wood. Furniture means gruha upakarana. That's a davar bhand. we call furniture. Production of clay pots using clay. Now it is familiar to you. Clay pots, pot and pans. Your mother uses them to cook. You can find them in the kitchen. Clay pots. Production of bricks using clay. Bricks are needed to build or construct buildings or to build houses. Bricks are used. Weaving of mats using reeds. Reeds means different types of pang varga, fiber, kendi varga. In Sri Lanka, we have hana, niyada, two types of plants. We collect fiber from them. Then the picture suggests these types of industries can be found in your surrounding. No need of describing them. You can understand what is happening there. Carpentry, brick making, pottery, weaving, hats, and some other items, bags. A lot of things are there. Mats, everything can be seen which can be produced by weaving. Then reading them you can follow. Spinning coir yarns using coir. Coir means coconut coir. In Sinhala kohu. Pottery making. Mats weaving. Especially Dumbara area is very famous for that one. Then another new idea is they are behind them. Some people engage. The engage means nirata velava. If you don't know, take it down. Engage nirata velava. Engage in industries producing goods for the local market. Local market means within the country or within their area. If they sell them or when they sell them, we can call them selling in the local market. If you send them to the another country, then it is called foreign market. So a lot of people, they produce for the local market because they produce in a small amount and they use the simple technology because their technology is also not so high. They don't produce these items in large factories, but sometimes using small machineries, they produce these items. That is called simple technology. Sarada, Takshana, simple technology. And raw materials found in the area. Then the raw materials also they find them in their immediate surrounding. So now you can understand the people produce various items, goods based on the raw materials or resources available in their surrounding using simple technology. That's the main thing you can understand when you observe your immediate surrounding. Then you follow that these types of simple industries are known as small scale industries. Kuda Pariman Karman. Oh, cottage industries. Gruha Karma. Because their main features are given below. Or now in the next slide you will see that. What are the main features can be found there. Special features of cottage industries or another term is there. Domestic industry. Domestic means home. You check what are they. Simple technology. Saralata action. Use of the raw materials found in the area. That means in the particular area where that industries are conducted. Next one, producing for the local market. I told you at the beginning, they are not sent into the other countries. Mainly these items are sold in nearby markets or shops or village fair or nearby city, like that. Then labor is collected within the family. No hired workers are used. Sometimes father, mother, children, or uncle, auntie, so grandpa, grandma, the family members. They participate in producing these items. They utilize their labor in that industry. Therefore, labor is collected within the family. Some industries are inherited. A new idea is coming inherited. Inherited means they are coming through the generations. That means sometimes they are forefathers, grandfathers, great grandfathers. Engage in that industry and it is passing through the generation. That kind of industries can be found in Sri Lanka. One is a pottery industry. It is mainly inherited cottage industry conducted in Sri Lanka. Other one is the brassware production. If you go to Pilimatalav, Kundasali, that area it can be found. Like that, these industries are inherited, coming through the generations. Therefore, they are known as some industries are inherited because only a group of people engage in that industry. Such industries can be found in your surrounding also. You find them and you make a list of them. You make a list of them with your parents or elder brothers and sisters. You find and what are the inherited industries can be found in your area and you make a list of them. Then less machinery and more labor, because you know that simple technology. As the technology is simple, large machineries are not needed, but labor is needed to complete the work. Therefore, more labor is used, but that labor is also collected within the family. Then item produced in domestic industries, they are given in that manner. You read them, you can read them. Then pottery items, cane products, mats, ornamental items, brassware, furniture, mask, coir products, swing desks, sweetmeats are some of them. Now you know that they are produced using simple technology in cottage industry. Therefore, you can keep in mind, you can write them in your papers, and it is not a very difficult one to keep these domestic industries or cottage industries in your mind. Then this picture speaks to you. It presents some cottage industries conducted in Sri Lanka. Most of them are inherited, and where they are, these industries are conducted or where they are located. Radhavaduna is famous for the productions produced with the cane. Then, if you go to that area, a lot of people engage in that one, these productions. Then, Dumbara is famous for the mat weaving, and you find the different types of reeds, fibers are used for this production of mats. Moratu, as I mentioned earlier, is very famous for the production of furniture throughout the island. Moratu furniture is sold in furniture shops. When you go to your city, you find the signboards telling that Morat in Sinhala, Moratu Liman sold here. Therefore, even if you go to Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, that kind of Signboards can be found telling the Moratu Libadu, Vikunul Data, Moratu Libadu, like that. Then mask, Ambalangoda, very famous for that one. It's a traditional industry. Even at present, several families are there, mainly engaged in this mask, and it is directly connected to the tourism because foreign tourists come to Sri Lanka, they are fond of buying them, and different types of masks can be found among them. Then brassware, you find it here, different types of items are there. It's a lamp, traditional oil lamp, flower vase, then water pitcher, here, this one, tray, and it's a person who engage in, it's a artisan. Those who engage in these industries we call artisans. Artisan making that kind of item. They are the things given to you through this picture. This picture can be found in your textbook also. You refer to that one and be familiar with them, especially with the location where they are located. Here it is marked on the map that is divided into districts. Therefore, location can be identified easily. You focus your attention to it. Then some regions of Sri Lanka is famous for special types of industries. The things we discussed earlier now given in text. Therefore, just you look at it, that is sufficient as you have collected the knowledge about them. These industries are conducted on traditional technological skills because actually those people engaged in these industries are very clever people. Actually, you and I can't do this, especially mask, Ambalangoda. You go there, you find that how clever they are. Then cane products in Radhavadun, Vevaldini, same. Sometimes we can't even imagine how they produce these items. Actually, that is the skill they collect. The skill is also coming through the generations. Therefore, if you have a chance, you go to that area with your parents, you observe it. Because if you want to see the brassware, you go to Pilimatala, Kundasale. Then Ambalangoda is southern part. Moratu is close to Colombo, therefore Colombo people also can go there. And Moratu is world famous for the furniture industry. That is very important. Then again the small table is given. The natural resource or the actually another term is raw material. Other side, what are the industries conducted on them? For example, clay. You can write brick making, tile, pottery, like that. Several industries can be written over there. Then granite. Granite means alukal, wood, timber, dabber, graphite, mineral, sand, valley, especially. Here we refer to the river sand, Gangavalu Valley, fire, kohu, taken from the coconut husk. Then you can write what are the industries conducted using them or based on them. Then services. Another important part of the economic activities of the people of your surrounding or immediate surrounding is services. So a lot of people engage in services rather than other agriculture industries because different types of services can be found in our surrounding and people also need these services to make their life easier and comfortable. Therefore, service sector is very important part in our society or in our economy. Services are also important economic activity. Important rather economic activity, Arthik Katayutta, found in our immediate surrounding. Now you are familiar with. immediate surrounding, you are familiar with that one. New term is important, Vadaga. Economic activity, now you are aware of that one because throughout our lesson, we repeated that word economic activity like that because it refers to the Arthika Kriya. That means what are the things people do to earn money or earn their life. Then people need services to make their life easy and comfortable. You keep in mind that is very important idea. Services such as health, education, transport, communication, security, bank. Other are some important services in our society because you know that you are familiar that one, even your father and mother, your brothers, sisters, your relatives may engage in the different occupations, different jobs connected to these sectors. Health, you know the doctors, nurses, attendant, and some research workers. Like there, a lot of occupations are there. Education is also there, principal, teachers, assistant principals, like there, a lot of occupations are there, a lot of people engage in that one. All of them are services. Why people need services, children? Because people need services to make their life easier, comfortable. You keep in mind, again, you read it, the people need services to make their life easier, comfortable. Then both government and private sectors supply these services. That's also very important one in Sri Lanka. Mainly we focus our attention to Sri Lankan condition. In Sri Lanka, government and private sector both engage in supplying them. And some services are supplied by the government only. But some services are supplied by both government and private sector. And some services are mainly supplied by the private sector. Government doesn't pay any attention to supplying them. Therefore, services can be divided in that manner also. Services supplied by the government only. Services supplied by both government and private sector. Services supplied by the private sector only. Then things we discussed earlier is given in this point. Most people engage in the jobs in the service sector. The occupation in service sectors are given, some of them, not all. All cannot be given because there are large number of occupations can be found in the field of service. Physicians, traders, bank officers, teachers, nurses, drivers, security officers, like that, hotel workers, like that. Lot of occupations are connected to a service sector. Several small amount is given out of them. Then government supplies the following services totally free of charge. That means nothing is charged. Especially when you focus your attention to that one, you can understand it. If you are in the government school, you understand it because your service is totally free of charge. If you take a treatment from the government hospital, it is totally free of charge. The security service, the service supplied by the police, army personnel, they never charge for their service. Sometimes when the people do some wrongs, even the fines or the punishments are given. The fines or some money you will have to pay as a fine. දඩයක් විදිහට ගෙවන්න. That is not a charge. ඒ charge එකක් නෙමෙයි. All of them are supplied totally free of charge. That means no cent සතයක්වත් is charged. අය කරන්නේ නැහැ. Then government supplies following services at concessionary rates. New term. සාධාරණ මිලකට. That means affordable price. දරා ගන්න පුළුවන් මිලකට. Affordable or සාධාරණ මිලකට. What are they? Passenger transport season tickets. You know that when you buy the season tickets, some discounts are given. Then it is a chance to the passengers. Then water supply. A certain amount of water is supplied free of charge and charges are taken above that level. Then some pharmaceuticals. You might have seen some people go Osusala because when you buy some pharmaceuticals can be behet warga, especially used in the Western treatments. We can also English term is pharmaceuticals. These pharmaceuticals you can buy at concessionary or affordable or somewhat cheaper prices from the Osusala. It is a service supplied by the government. Then some services are supplied by both government and private sector, health, education, banking, communication. Both government and private sector engage in supplying them because you know that government hospitals they are. Then the private hospitals are also there. Then if you go to the government hospital, all the treatments, services are supplied free of charge. But if you go to private one, you will have to pay for all the services you receive. Then other fields also same education, government schools and international schools, banking also same. Everywhere you will have to pay if it is supplied by the private sector. Right? If it is for children. Today we come to the end of this episode, human activities. I think you might have taken a certain idea about that one. You see it again and again. Be aware of the lesson, and I think you can understand it clearly. And your genuine comments, suggestions are welcome. And you write us about this video channel and places where you need more attention. All are welcome. And again, with the idea of meeting in the next video, we get away from you, say goodbye, and we will see it again in the next video. I hope.